Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw for Insider Travel Report, and I'm here today with Justin Heckman, who's the National Director of Sales Strategy for Club Med. And I'm sure most of you know Club Med. I know Club Med. I love Club Med. Incredible resorts, great things going on, and a lot of things going on these days with Club Med. And we're going to talk to Justin about those and a whole lot more on Insider Travel Report. Justin, first of all, great to see you.
Great to see you too. Thanks for having me today.
Well, we're going to ask you to start right off the bat because I
Okay.
know Club Med, but there's new people in the industry all the time. The all-inclusive market has literally been exploding lately. But what makes Club Med truly stand out in today's all-inclusive resort market?
Well, I like to say that Club Med is kind of the best kept secret in all inclusive resorts, which is kind of contradictory because everybody seems to know Club Med, or a lot of people do, and
Or they
sometimes I
or they
think
think
people
they think they know
they
Club.
they think they do. Right? Exactly. Yep. The old days of the beads are gone. The door's locked. It's a different product now, but.
Darn,
Uh,
those are good days.
But I think the things that really set us apart. I mean, again, this is actually going to be our 75th year in business, if you can believe that. We've been doing this for a long time. We always try to pick the best location. So if you look at, for example, our Cancun property, it was if you see the old pictures of Cancun, Club Med was the first resort there and a really prime location. The property in Miches, in the Dominican Republic, which we've
Yeah.
again, same thing. That's a beautiful spot. We really focus on the quality of the stay. We look for people to have, really immersive experience.
Mhm.
We offer a lot in the resort, a lot of included activities, probably more included activities than many resorts could offer. And of course, the quality of the kids care program, which in some resorts starts as young as 4 months, which is a huge asset. We really try to gear our properties towards families, towards making it easy for families to travel.
Mhm.
And then, of course, you can't forget our staff, the GOs, who really go out of their way to make it, again, a kind of a more personalized experience. They get to know your clients. They really want to make sure that everybody has a great experience from start to finish.
Indeed, that last part is a huge reason why I always like Club Med because of the staff.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be a GO, right? They're kind of like these people are incredible athletes and they just look great and I know that and I know a lot of people in the industry who have been GOs in the past and it was this kind of thing like almost like your camp counselor, right?
Oh,
Uh,
well, I don't want to call it a camp counselor, but I mean, it's certainly, it's amazing to me to see, the number of people who are in the industry that started out as GOs or
yeah.
somewhere else, and now look at where they are. So
Absolutely.
it's
So
good.
I always like that part, and the food's pretty good too. But that we'll talk about that. Now, how does Club Med support travel advisors in growing their business?
Yeah, I mean, travel advisors are really a key part of our business, and we really try to make sure that we provide the tools that travel advisors need. I think one of the things that can be a challenge sometimes is, sometimes travel advisors forget about us. We're not with the wholesalers. We're not in the usual places. So what we've done is we've created our own booking tool so people can book Club Med 24/7. We have a great online booking engine, cmta.pro.clubmed. We've also added all the information that travel advisors could need about the resorts, about the programs. Again, we've really just tried to make it easy to book. Of course, our team is there as well at 1-800 Club Med to make sure that people have questions. We have a great field sales team. Across the country, and they're all listed on there as well. And then, of course, we have a great reward program too, where travel advisors can earn points towards their own stay just by booking Club Med.
Yeah, we're going to talk a little bit about that a little later in this. Now, what are kind of you got Club Meds all around the world. What are kind of the hot destinations right now?
Yeah, it's a great question. That is one of the other really key points about Club Med. I think people, often think about us for Caribbean and Mexico, and that's great. That's really a big part of our business from North America. But we do have properties around the world. In fact, we have over 70 resorts worldwide now.
Hmm.
So it's a really big portfolio. We're seeing a couple things that have happened. We have just finished a renovation in Cancun with some great new features.
Right.
So we've seen a lot of interest in Cancun. We're finishing up a renovation in Punta Cana,
Yeah,
which
we
has
just wrote
been
about that today, I believe. So,
yeah.
yeah.
It's one of our flagship resorts, and it's coming out even better than ever. So we're really excited about that. We've had a lot of interest. I think we talked a little bit about Michas already, or I mentioned it.
Right.
That's an interesting area. It's been developing. It seems like we started out there, and now everybody wants to be in Michas, which is great. But it's such a beautiful location. It's a little further. It's about an hour and 20 minutes from the Punta Cana airport.
Right.
But if you really want to get away and try something different, it's a fantastic location. And then the other thing people forget about. We talked about some of the worldwide properties, but we've seen a lot of interest in ski.
Yeah.
Sometimes people forget that we offer an all-inclusive ski package. So we took everything that's great about all-inclusive resorts in Caribbean and Mexico, like all the included meals and activities, and we just put it on snow. So you include all meals, drinks, and snacks. We include the lift pass. We include lessons. I like to tell travel advisors it's a little bit like booking a ski cruise. You just get your clients to the airport. We'll take care of the rest. It's really easy. You don't have to have a lot of ski knowledge to book it, and we'll take care of making sure your clients have a great time.
And indeed, you may be the only all-inclusive ski resort company that I know of.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's nobody out there. And when I tell people who are into skiing that you can do that with Club Med, they're kind of astounded. And I think the travel advisors, they got to remember that because their clients who are skiers, and you have great resorts. You're on some great mountains around the world, especially in France and Italy, a place like that, and of course Quebec.
Yeah, for sure. Quebec. I mean, that's a really easy one from the U.S. But I think the biggest thing that people don't realize is what a great value it is. Sometimes clients don't come to travel advisors to book their ski packages, unfortunately, because they think, well, I'm just going to go book a hotel or whatever. But by the time they're done, you look at the cost of staying, if you're looking at, the Western U.S. even, time they're done with the hotel, the meals, the lift passes, all that stuff, it's actually can be less expensive to fly to Europe, stay with Club Med, have an all-inclusive ski package, and again, have a fantastic experience. So.
No, absolutely. And I tell people this all the time if they're skiers. Now, we've sort of answered this already, but why should advisors really offer Club Med to their clients today as opposed to maybe another all-inclusive brand?
Sure. There's a lot of great all-inclusive brands out there for sure. It really depends on the client. Obviously, they have to know what exactly the client's looking for, of course. But I think that particularly for if advisors have clients whose clients are active families, that's really a sweet spot for us. Because we include the kids care, because we include so many activities that as you mentioned, the quality of the food. We have maybe fewer restaurants than some of the big all-inclusive resorts, but what you're offered in each one is really outstanding. So those are really kind of the key pillars. And it's again, it's just really all about the experience. It's something we don't do a lot of public facing marketing. So it's kind of the special treasure that advisors can offer to their clients that they might not have thought of otherwise.
Well, that's the big thing. I've always said to people, the people think what all-inclusive food over a whole has gotten a heck of a lot better,
For sure.
all across the board. But Club Med always had very good food. Hey, you're French, to a certain extent, you got to have good food. I remember
Absolutely.
having lobster buffets and things like that. They were just like looking at this, and of course every morning the croissant and the pain au chocolat to be right. I'm sorry,
Can't forget that.
I know you can't forget those. The breads are outstanding. So, what trends have you noticed in client requests lately?
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, there's a couple of things that we're seeing. I mean, certainly, we are seeing a lot more interest in wellness travel. It's kind of we've heard a lot of buzz about it. But we have a long association with wellness travel. Actually, one of our founders was a yogi himself and introduced yoga into Europe. And so we've had that as part of our core. So we have high-end spa partnerships in all the resorts. We've actually just had a new partnership with a chef named Chef Chloe. She specializes in vegetarian vegan cuisine. So she's been working with us to make sure that we have some really interesting vegan and vegetarian options on the menus in all the resorts. We have a partnership with Jonah Kest, who's a yogi and yoga expert, and is helping to train our teams and provide a great yoga experience in many of the resorts. We also launched a program called Wellness Fusion in Charlevoix, or actually all our resorts, to bring together all the wellness pieces.
Well, you have to have wellness today. I tell you, everyone is. I don't.
Yeah.
This is not some fad, or I think this is a permanent trend.
No, for sure. It's something that people look for, and we're seeing that a lot more. And it kind of goes hand in hand with a lot of our sports activities. We'll see people that want to come into the resort to go with a sports group, for example. I mean, pickleball is huge. We have a lot of pickleball courts and tennis groups and that kind of thing.
It's amazing how that grew up so quickly.
I know, right?
I'm even playing it. I'll admit, I play with my partner down the block, but it is amazing how that is. And at a shopping center nearby, they now have a pickleball center. So who thought that was going to happen?
Well, and it's a great avenue for advisors to build business if you have advisors who are already pickleball players or know a coach or know a pro. Putting groups together is a great way to go. We're seeing a lot of interest in that for sure. And the other thing, I think there's always been a growing interest in sustainability.
Right.
And that's something that we really, really take very seriously. 85% of our resorts are Green Globe certified. We have a turtle protection program in some of the resorts and turtle releases. We work very, very hard to make sure that we reduce waste. We're eliminating single-use plastics, environmentally friendly development. So all of those things are really part of what we do and are very important to an increasing number of clients we're hearing. So.
Now, you told us a little earlier about some of the developments, renovation at Club Med Cancun, renovation obviously ongoing and just coming out at Club Med Punta Cana. What are some of the other developments on the way for Club Med?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, just to kind of put a point on the Punta Cana properties I mentioned, it's really going to be a complete redo of the whole resort, including the resort center. We've added a new water park, which is actually one of the largest or the largest water park in the Club Med portfolio for sure.
Right.
We also added a new water park to Cancun. I mentioned pickleball courts. We've put in 10 dedicated pickleball courts into Cancun. And then internationally, we're continuing to do upgrades and renovations worldwide. One of our properties in the Alps, Serre Chevalier, was recently renovated. And we have some other projects on the way. I think the next resort opening that we're looking at, if I'm not mistaken, is South Africa.
Wow.
So developing a property in South Africa, scheduled to open, I believe, in 2026. So it'll be called the Club Med Tinley. It's down just past Durban.
Right.
So it's going to be a two-part resort. Part of the resort will be a beachfront resort. And then part of the resort will actually be a game lodge, which will be a couple hours away. So you can really have kind of the best of both.
Club Med goes on safari. There you go.
Absolutely. It's a new thing. We're really excited about it.
That is great. I did not know about that. That's amazing. Now, let's talk a little bit about the thing you mentioned earlier. Club Med, I was going to ask, does Club Med have a client loyalty plan? I know you have an agent loyalty. So client loyalty, how can travel advisors really work with that, use that to grow repeat business from their clients?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think, the biggest thing for travel advisors is, find once you get somebody who attaches to Club Med, who understands it, who gets it, who loves it, we try to help them grow within the Club Med portfolio, trying different resorts. I mean, of course, they can always go back to the ones that they like, but as clients stay more frequently, they can earn tier points. It's a little bit different than some point programs where you can take the points and redeem them for clients.
Right.
The tier points are more about getting different levels of benefits in the resorts. So the top tier is platinum. There's gold, and depending on what level they are, they have some different benefits like a welcome gift card in the resort, just special recognition, invitation to the platinum or gold cocktail party, stuff like that. All that information is on the Travel Advisor website.
Okay.
You can see exactly what's included in there, and it's a really great program. And again, it's another way we're really trying to help advisors grow business by growing loyalty within their clients. So.
Well, you always had very loyal guests.
Yes.
This is something and I've been covering Club Med for 30 years, believe it or not, which is not as long as Club Med's been around. We just discussed 75 years, but I feel
Yep.
like I've been there at a lot of changes that happened, and when I was back in the 90s, we were trying to convince everybody it was a family resort.
Yeah.
And I think we did. You started building really dedicated family resorts like Punta Cana, and it is a great place for families. And I always enjoyed it with my kids. So
Thanks.
that's one of the things that I really tried to convince people, because everybody back then had this kind of vision of Club Med as this swinging, people, couples only resort where everybody is. And I said, no, not what it was anymore, not what it is. Then you had the ski stuff, and that's clearly family. So, it's amazing.
Yeah. Well, we have one adults only property still, which is Turks and Caicos, which is a great resort.
Okay.
But otherwise, yeah, I think that to your point, that is one of the challenges sometimes that we find is helping travel advisors kind of overcome that objection and really helping them understand more about what we actually offer today. I still go to conferences and people still ask me, do the doors, like I said earlier, the doors locked, the beads, are there beads, so it's just
It shows you
helping
the
people.
power of the brand. I got to tell you,
Yeah, for
the
sure.
power of the brand from back in the 70s and 80s,
Yep.
was so powerful, and to get them to overcome that, but luckily you've had a lot of travel advisors who do understand
Yes.
what it is now.
And what's exciting too is we have so many, I think we're seeing more and more, we have so many clients that don't know about Club Med. So it's less about changing minds and more about introducing them to the brand. So it's a great opportunity for sure.
The brand as it is today, which is what
Yes,
we
exactly.
want to do. Now, what would be your top three selling tips for travel advisors who are actually, we've talked about the travel advisors new to Club Med?
Mhm. Yeah, I think, first off, number one, make sure that you've been onto the advisor website, again, cmta.pro.clubmed. There's a lot of information on there. We're working on redeveloping our online training program, but there are some webinars up there, so advisors can use that as a base to really learn and understand the product.
Mhm.
I will mention that we offer travel advisor rates.
Okay.
So that's a great way to go and experience. We want travel advisors to come and see us. We want to change people's minds. We want to give people the experience. Again, because we're kind of, not in the normal places that people think about us necessarily. So I think those are kind of things. And if they do come to the resort, make sure that they try something different. Try a new activity. Take advantage of the sports. And then the last thing. I'll just mention that, I mentioned it earlier, but our whole sales team is really here to partner with advisors. So, we want to work with you, or we want to work with advisors. And if there's something that, we can do to help, we'll offer regular webinars. We actually have a great advisor Facebook page as well. You can look it up. And on the Facebook page, we put out releases, opportunities for trainings and things like that. So, let us help build business. I think that's the biggest thing. Let us help educate and let us help advisors grow.
Well, I have been at Club Meds many times, and I always do try to do something new. The one that I probably will not do again is the trapeze, because I've tried it twice, and I end up just in this. I don't, because they want you to flip and turn. I'm saying, what, you want me to become like Ringling Brothers right away? And I never am able to do it, but I tried, and I Maybe if I go back one more time, it'll work. We'll see. There's always hope, right?
Come on back. No, it's
That's it.
great. It's
So
one of
just
the good.
go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I think that that is one of the unique activities that we just every single Club Med now has flying trapeze, and it's not just for kids.
No, not at
Adults
all.
can do it too.
Yeah, that's and I have tried it. When maybe I just got to keep practicing. I don't know.
Yep.
That's the problem. Now you mentioned it before, but if you just repeat that, where travel advisors can go to learn more about Club Med and the travel advisor programs.
Yeah, absolutely. It's our online portal. It's CMTA, so Charlie Mike Tango Alpha dot pro dot Club Med.
Okay,
So
fantastic.
hero dot
So
Club Med.
that's where you can find it all. Well, Justin, it's great to see you, and thank you again. I'm always interested in what's going on with Club Med. I learned something new today with your South Africa. Club Med goes on safari. That sounds great, and I'm so happy to see that you're renovating some wonderful resorts in Cancun and Punta Cana, which I've been to. It really has always been a fascinating company to watch. The beginning, the founder of All Inclusive Resorts,
Yep.
and way back when, and you haven't stopped. So you still people don't realize how many resorts I think that you have. 70 is a lot more than some other companies, and you kind of can go back and I think people would be making a grave mistake if they don't take a look at Club Med as being a great option for an all-inclusive.
Thanks, James. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's so important to again, certainly Caribbean and Mexico, but we're in Europe, beautiful in Sicily and Morocco, all kinds of unusual destinations, and you don't have to spend a full week there. You could spend a couple nights and take advantage of the resort at the beginning or ending of a trip. But there's some beautiful properties and around the world, and we look forward to welcoming new guests.
Excellent. Well, thank you again. And I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.